The early morning sun was just breaking over the Phoenix suburbs when two patrol cars rolled into our driveway in Willowbrook Estates. I stood there in my pajamas, still half asleep, watching our HOA president, Brenda Hutchinson, perch on her porch looking smugger than a cat with a canary in its mouth. She had called 911, reporting federal impersonation and ongoing criminal activity. And she'd even tipped off Channel 12 News because nothing says community protection like turning a neighbor's humiliation into primetime entertainment. The desert air carried that sharp creosote scent mixed with the promise of justice as the metallic click of handcuffs echoed down our perfectly manicured street. The officers approached my wife Elena, who had just stepped out of her unmarked sedan after an early surveillance shift. Brenda pointed dramatically, insisting they arrest her on the spot for impersonating a federal officer. One cop announced it just like she'd scripted, "Ma'am, you're under arrest for impersonating a federal officer." Elena stayed calm, as always. "Officer, may I show you my Department of Justice credentials?" She pulled out her badge, real, gold, official, with the DOJ seal gleaming under the rising sun. Brenda's smug grin vanished faster than morning dew on hot asphalt. The officers examined it, radioed dispatch, and confirmation came back quick. Special Agent Elena Vasquez, Criminal Division, 15 years of service. Badge number verified. The scene flipped in seconds. What Brenda didn't realize was that her crusade was about to expose her own crimes. One's far worse than the imaginary one she'd invented. Let me back up. I'm Marcus, 45, Navy veteran turned telecom contractor. We moved to Willowbrook thinking it was paradise. Gated quiet, manicured lawns smelling of fresh Bermuda grass, and faint suburban desperation to keep property values sky high. Elena is the kind of woman who makes white-collar criminals sweat just by walking into a room. 15 years in DOJ financial crimes, taking down money launderers, embezzlers, fraudsters who thought they were untouchable. But to the neighbors, she was just the unemployed woman who slept till noon, drove different government cars, and sometimes came home in tactical gear. Brenda, 58, ex-bank manager forced into early retirement, had turned HOA president into her new full-time job. Pink tracksuit, clipboard like a weapon, out at 7 a.m., every day hunting infractions, grass too long, mailbox too bold, flags at wrong angles. From day one, she fixated on Elena. Irregular hours, suspicious, different vehicles, shady, tactical vest, clearly playing dress-up. Brenda whispered to anyone who'd listen, "Normal people have normal jobs. What kind of woman sleeps all day and changes cars like outfits? Makes you wonder what she's really doing for money." The paranoia built over 18 months. Elena's big crypto fraud case meant more late nights, earpieces, unmarked sedans. To Brenda, it screamed criminal enterprise. The breaking point, one October morning, Elena sat in our driveway for legitimate surveillance. Tactical vest under jacket, earpiece barely visible. Brenda spotted it and decided it was the world's most elaborate role play. 20 minutes later, she pounded on our door. "This ends today, Marcus. Your wife's impersonating law enforcement. It's a federal crime." She thrust a $500 per day violation notice at me. Resident engaging in law enforcement impersonation, creating community safety concerns and potential legal liability. Elena read it that evening and laughed, the dangerous kind of laugh. 15 years taking down federal criminals, and I get fined for looking like myself. We didn't know yet that Brenda's obsession would boomerang spectacularly. Brenda escalated fast. Emergency board meeting. Hired a $300 an hour lawyer without board approval, violating CC and RS Section 4. 3. No legal expenses over $250 without majority vote. Certified letter arrived demanding Elena cease all law enforcement cosplay or face a property lien. I dug into the bylaws. Section 7. One made board members personally liable for unauthorized expenses. I fired back a counter-complaint to the management company demanding reimbursement. Neighborhood Facebook group turned into a war zone. Brenda posted crop photos of Elena in gear, community safety concerns. Comment split. Team Brenda fretted about property values. Team Elena pointed out our lawn was pristine. Brenda organized a community safety discussion with PowerPoint slides, signs of criminal activity. During it, Elena's supervisor called, professional chat about surveillance at 0600. Brenda overheard, announced triumphantly, military time. Surveillance talk. She's escalating her fantasy. Elena returned to 30 staring faces. Brenda smiled sharply. The FBI takes impersonation seriously. Elena replied calmly, you should call them. They'd be very interested. Brenda did, filed a formal FBI complaint with a 40-page dossier. Photos, timelines, Google Maps patrol routes, allegations of illegal surveillance, money laundering, even terrorism prep. Phoenix FBI field office called Elena. We got an interesting complaint. What's this about? Elena explained the HOA nonsense. The agent laughed, offered to call Brenda directly. Elena declined. Let me handle it. Meanwhile, I'd spotted red flags in HOA finances. $180,000 annual fees from 96 homes, but expenditures looked off. $23,000 to Desert Management Solutions for consulting nobody saw. $31,000 to Pinnacle Landscaping for projects that never happened. Community credit card charges at grocery stores, department stores, Sedona resorts. Textbook embezzlement. Shell companies, fake invoices, personal use masked as community costs. Over 2 years, about $47,000 missing. I recruited help quietly. Roberto, retired CPA, 4 houses down, did forensic analysis. Shell companies tied to Brenda's P.O. boxes. Sarah, former paralegal, confirmed Arizona law. Embezzlement over $10,000 is Class 3 felony, 2 to 8 years. Tom, Marine vet, ex-military police, handled evidence chain of custody. Jennifer managed digital documentation and narrative control. Elena guided without officially investigating conflict of interest. We built airtight cases, criminal for prosecution, civil for recovery, HOA removal for costs. Brenda panicked, started shredding documents at the community center, caught on video, threatening residents with lawsuits, even leaving a voicemail for Elena's supervisor accusing federal corruption. Tuesday night, emergency HOA meeting, Brenda's big reveal. Community center packed, channel 12 rolling, sheriff reps, federal agents sheet invited. PowerPoint, Operation Neighborhood Watch, exposing federal corruption. Photos of Elena watering plants in tactical pants. Classic criminal surveillance. Projected supposed coded emails about asset placement. Officer Rodriguez challenged. Those are legitimate federal comms. Where'd you get them? Brenda, concerned citizen. Intercepting federal emails. Federal crime. Brenda demanded Elena's arrest. Elena stood. Special Agent Elena Vasquez, DOJ Criminal Division, Badge 847392. Silence. FBI Agent Thompson confirmed. Brenda screamed, fake. Conspiracy. Then Roberto rose. $47,000 embezzled. Shell companies, fake invoices, personal charges. Screen filled with spreadsheets, bank records. Room exploded, gasps, shouts about neglected pool, dead palms, cut corners. Rodriguez arrested Brenda on the spot. Theft in the first degree. Handcuffs clicked as cameras rolled. She protested. This isn't over. Elena called sweetly. The truth did come out, just not the one you expected. Applause erupted. Someone chanted justice until the room joined. Aftermath was swift and sweet. Footage went viral. National news picked it up. Brenda pleaded guilty to embezzlement, false reports to federal agencies, mail fraud, tax evasion. Full restitution plus penalties, $78,000. Her beige fortress sold to cover damages. Community recovered every penny. New board created Willowbrook Scholarship Fund. 3 $5,000 awards yearly from recovered funds. We reformed quarterly independent audits, transparent books. Elena became advisory chair. Roberto manages fund. Sarah handles compliance. Tom security. Jennifer communications. Property values rose 30% from integrity, not conformity. Annual Accountability Day. Festival celebrates it. Food trucks, music, workshops. Elena's now the neighborhood legend. Agent Elena to kids. My business boomed, helping other HOAs with transparency. The lesson: document everything. Follow the money. Never underestimate neighbors uniting for right. Brenda's theft turned into opportunities. Her paranoia into community renewal. What's your worst HOA nightmare? Drop it below. Plenty more karma stories where that came from.